again, I love the left when they get into this mode of thinking that they are just, their demands are the ones that need to be listened to. I don't need to negotiate with you. I don't need to, compromise with you. What you need to understand is that I am a Democrat and I am demanding something, so therefore you should do what I say, and that's all there is to it. No, not really. It doesn't need to be that way. We need to talk things out. Sure, the side that is the one with the most power is obviously going to be the side that is going to win the argument. But the Democrats got to understand, and they clearly don't. You guys lost the election. I mean, you do remember, because we remember. We could probably even pull it up on YouTube. You remember you lost the election, now deal with it, shut up? Why is that it only applies to the Democrats and not to Republicans? Why can't Republicans look at Democrats and say, you lost the election, shut up? Oh my God, you don't understand. You're supposed to listen to us. This is the way the one world order works. We're the Democrats. You do what we tell you to do. How dare Republicans ever go up against us? You're not playing the game right. I'm going to take my ball and go home. Janet Mills, the governor of Maine, is now demanding a meeting with President Trump. And she's trying to use the latest immigration shooting by the agents as kind of a highlight with her anti-ICE stance. But can we point this out again? Talked about it on Friday, that in Maine, they did do an ICE raid. ICE is doing stuff in Maine. And they went in and local law enforcement said, yeah, we're going to help you out with that. Local politicians just stayed quiet. Janet Mills comes out and says, wait a second. I told you not to work with ICE agents. Why are you working with ICE agents? You're defying me. I'm Janet Mills. I'm the governor. Listen to me. I'm a Democrat. And local law enforcement turned around and said, sit down. We have a job to do. You have your job to do. We're going to do our job. And lo and behold, ICE comes in. They arrested like 50, 60 different people. And there was no protests. I mean, there was some protests. There were a few people out there, their whistles going, ICE, get out. But nobody was being stupid by driving their car into them. Nobody was being stupid by going after them in restaurants and hotels. Nobody was stupid by running up to them with a gun on them. They were just protesting, hey, get out. No, we don't like you here. Gotta leave. But Janet, who the governor, she has posted a letter to President Trump on her social media, in which she demanded that the federal government stop enforcing federal immigration laws in her state. So what happened to nobody is above the law? So if nobody is above the law, and I'm trying to figure this out because the Democrats have said this over and over again. If nobody is above the law, then if you break the law and you're in Maine after you broke the law to get in there, but we can't enforce the law against you for breaking the law, therefore, doesn't that make people above the law? So what happened to the statement of nobody's above the law? See, you guys are disqualifying yourselves, Dems, when it comes to some of these statements. Like one, you've now completely disqualified yourself to bitch about guns. You can't do the gun control argument anymore. You can't complain that guns need to be taken away. When you guys are arming yourself for the very reason that we have said it, you have no argument anymore. You cannot argue that guns need to be taken away. And with all the other stuff, that nobody's above the law, you can't make that argument anymore. When you say, and you will come out and you say that I don't want you enforcing the federal laws in my state because nobody's above the law, except for those that are breaking the law in your state, which, by the way, the chances that they broke the law in your state are probably actually slim They probably broke the law in California or Texas, Arizona, New Mexico area, and then they fled to your state. So they broke the law somewhere else. So now we're going to come and get you because you were breaking the law. But in response to the federal agents killing another person in Minnesota, she said, I have requested a meeting with President of the United States and demanded that his administration immediately withdraw ICE agents from Maine. She also attached to her letter to the president, which decries that weaponization of the federal law of enforcement. So again, I'm trying to keep all of this straight in my head because it's a lot. It's okay for the Democrats to weaponize law enforcement and weaponize the DOJ. But when Donald Trump takes the formerly weaponized DOJ and law enforcement and turns it around and actually enforces laws, that's where the bad part is. Bad part is when hashtag leftism is a mental disorder. Uh-huh.